Archie that I think even if they had that drone comp, would have made it very challenging for Ethan to get the read he wanted on the map.
Let's take a look at our HyperX reflex moment of the match from Nongshim Red Force with a strong start in, you guessed it, round number 1. This pistol was gnarly.
The reactions were just excellent out of Nongshim in this game. I love this call in particular. You're coming in hot to a pistol, you hear energy going for this pivot, and immediately 4 players sending it in. They were ready for Dombi, but the rest of Nongshim is there to clean up. These are the rounds where Nongshim excels. When they get to pick the terms of the team fight and get to brawl together, they just look excellent.
The plan is so good. Like you're already on that side of the map. You can all just chase after the TP. After using your utility, you know that if you want to stop them, this is your best chance of doing so.
Let's hear what Bonkar has to say ahead of map number 2 after a rough start of the series.
Forcing you guys into uncomfortable positions and forcing you guys to play by their pace. So what was the biggest challenge for you on Bind, and what adjustments can you make going into Abyss?
Honestly, the biggest mistake we were doing was just playing kind of passive all the time, especially on defense. We're just giving them way too much space, and also on attack we didn't really do what we prepped for, and we didn't really execute on the game plan. So hopefully we can bounce back and play our game on Abyss.
Thank you so much and good luck.
Surprising to see our world champions. Forecast says we're too passive. We gave them too much room.
I think that's exactly what we were bringing up with the operator, where they're sitting back, getting swung into, and it was Nongshim the entire time dictating that pace.
Yeah, and I think that Nongshim was also different in this map. At least it felt to me that they were way more aware of the opponent that they had in front of them, and when NRG started struggling, they just honed it and took advantage of it.
What changes now if we head to a map where Dombi might not be playing the Neon?
I think the number one thing that is going to change is that there's less of a threat of hyper-aggressive plays of the same style there was on Bind. Of course, you can still go for aggression when you're playing this Waylay, but Nongshim just looks a lot less comfortable going for those kind of risks with this composition. I think that things stay the same, though, are still the threat of the Francis off and NRG having to figure that one out. But I think with the composition they play on this map, they'll have more tools to deal with that.
Yeah, but are the tools going to be enough? And if they're playing that passive, are they going to be able to set the pace? Are they going to be adventurous and be aggressive? I think that, as we're saying, if Francis is given the performance from map 1 into this one, I think this could be a very, very important factor. He started the year with a wrist injury. Even coming into the event, that showed up again. Probably, you know, had some paid a toll for it on the previous encounters, but now he's feeling way much better.
Dombi was hovering the knee.
Having to play from a map behind here, and with a stark wake-up call of we need to just be more aggressive, take the fights. Does that work here, though? Because, again, this isn't the same Nongshim that we've seen with that Neon.
No, it's not. And obviously there's the discussion here around the composition shift for NRG, particularly in controlling Nongshim. But in terms of Mada, yes, he's very self-sufficient. We've talked about him time and time again, doing the work of 2 duelists.
Yes.
But this will potentially be one of the bigger challenges he's faced, and struggled massively in map 1, just in terms of those raw gunfights. Not necessarily an underperformance for him, but when Francis is hitting the way he is, can't really take much away from that.
And I'm quite interested if actually Francis being this on is going to change this map for me, because I wasn't blown away before, and Ivy with a very good read. Nico and Scuba have been trying to make this happen, and I mean, Ivy just caught both of them. Again, the preparation, the understanding is just paramount. Like, how are they seeing this so easily?
Both. Well, you see it getting caught off guard, but Mada does live outside of that engagement here. Wow, not for long, Extros. A shot in the dark.
The gods are smiling on Nongshim today. Ethan, bye-bye.
To make really solid decisions on the back of that. Walk might have a couple of bodies headed his way early.
He's going to feel that pressure, but again, you're looking for small victories here if you're on the NRG side. As it stands, Nongshim made the right choice. It's the right side of things, so we'll be coming through. Chip damage is on the way.
Walk's just a little off. I mean, plant position obviously considered for shock darts. In here, Francis though. The first hit, Umby just chomping at the bit.
I think they thought Scuba was dead. Francis is going to make sure. Get his third, farming towards the ult as well. And if you're Brock and Marder, you don't really want to give that man many more opportunities to build this early.
No. I mean, what did you get on round 3 or 4 on bind? I can't even remember now, but...
Yeah, this is comfy work so far. It's Brock gonna give it up to RB in the end, basically. Nongshim, clean second round here. I mean, a couple of threats, sure, little bits and pieces, but it's 4 standing at the end of the day. This is smooth sailing.
They got themselves off to the start you'd want here. Curious to see NRG's approach here for the buy round. Not really enabling much aggression in the previous. It's just pistols. See Nongshim once more set up outside A though. Walk to control this space early on the back of his util for sure, but this time actually doesn't have the shock darts to deny this plant if they're in here early.
I'm a little bit worried if Portugal left on this island. This looks very reminiscent of what we saw at the start here. IV not going to get away with it too many times there. Marder ready to punish and a quick rotation. This is better pacing from NRG to meet what Nongshim want to do. Dumpy stays. Shots in the smoke there, and once again there is connection. Marder down to 42. Plant's not across yet. Spike being a little bit hesitant here, and rightly so. This is a dangerous position. Good information, but Darby's waiting for this. If they get too close, if they try to shut that down, it would have been death to be had, but this is still sitting pretty for NRG. With 5 players, they've got to get going. Extros tries to get involved, just takes up. Oh my god, Francis. More? No, absolutely not anymore. Scuba, the one to try and do some work back here, but RB with the Bulldog. Dumby with the Stinger. Nongshim look untouchable.
Another bonus conversion for Nongshim. And that's even with, you can see the focus applied towards Ivy in mid. And this is the sort of thing you really gain from having the Cypher. It would not surprise to see a timeout this early on. Because again, you can see NRG's early intentions here. Again, Marder's able to slip very quickly into Vent on the back of that, but Bork unfortunately can't slow it down. You have to respect the other front line of Nongshim on approach towards A site. Already Francis is going to have dimensional drift here. We're seeing him scope in hand, not an operator yet. You see a very early purchase previously on bind. Already here, Nongshim handling NRG very comfortably with a bonus conversion. See coin-based win condition for NRG coming out of this. The buy's not going to be there. Don't have ultimates just yet, but still maybe get a feel for this early round. There's not going to, I don't think there's going to be a switch up from Nongshim, to be quite honest with you. Ivy is tasked with controlling the mid lane as best he can.
And maybe just a nice wake-up call for him, even in a loss of life there to Marder. It's like, okay, they've identified this super early. I need to be ready for pressure. I don't get that free break on door. I might get walked by 2. There is going to be a checklist there for him. But for NRG, they need a solution, and they need it quick. Because I think last time we saw Nongshim here, maybe we didn't see Francis hitting like this. But still, it's a team effort.
Yeah, I saw Chopa talk about potentially a wrist injury earlier on in the event here for Francis. So, I mean, that seems to have healed itself pretty quickly by the looks of things.
Hitting their stride at the right time, I think, is also just terrifying to me. This Nongshim side looks like the skies are the limit, but it's an early start to things, right? There's still early days here. A little bit of a switch up coming out of the timeout. They want to explore the other side of the map, and this time the stack is in the right place for NRG.
Yeah, I think Nongshim may be relying on some of that conditioning early on here, but NRG not acting upon it just yet. Or probably still anticipating. Nongshim reading into that. Yeah, going to have a ton of bodies here.
Portal closed.
Okay, this could be scary for Francis, and I think he's read that this is a trap. Oh my god, it is an absolute trap, and he's still standing his ground. Darby's going to get Ethan, but they need to be scurrying across the rest of the map here. Ivy with a great slip in middle, but Kiko catching the timing. Nongshim, did you forget this is NRG for a second? They will make you work for this. Coming out of the timeout, this is a broken buy, but they're still fighting for it. Kiko with another shot. As they have numbers, but I mean, look at the HP. Scuba's on 8 HP here, and now suddenly they run. They have to get moving here. Nongshim want at least the plant.
You've got the Hunter's Fury on the back of this, but Ivy does have a very deep trip.
Ivy's a problem.
Yeah, all the way towards Link, so.
They don't know where the hell this man went. They know he's been in middle mostly, but it's like, okay, where's he waiting? Is he in our spawn? Is he still in middle? Is he by the site? Is he re-wrapping? It could be anything for them to try and figure out, and they've got to go fast.
Yeah, it's an awkward plant to deal with here, and as I said, Hunter's Fury available here if Nongshim feel as if this might slip through their fingers.
They're so deep on this, though. They are leaving this very much.
I mean, it would be a win here for NRG to draw out the Hunter's Fury, right?
It would be.
Maybe find Ivy. Again, he's disconnected here, and it's an open plant, so difficult kill to find.
You can hear it. Starting to speed up here. Brock going to just send the dart in and hope for the best there.
Yeah.
Fury. Again, silver lining at this point, but you take it, and Ivy takes their life. Just going to do the dance in the end with Brock, but it is lovely from Nongshim. But a little sign of life from NRG that they're still having to brawl out. We're still seeing Kiko hitting some shots.
Sure, yeah, but Nongshim don't necessarily read the stacky as heavy as it is, and it almost goes completely all right. Especially with this kill here from Kiko. And then it's Exros with the spike, and he's like, well, I mean, I can't police the guns now. Have to give it up. Again, the byproduct of Ivy being on the side for here is he can make plays like this now. And it feels a little more comfortable than the Viper, right? You're lurking around, basically have to clear every corner. Ivy has a little more freedom. Speaking of Francis here.
Spot out at least two, I'd imagine. Danby going to send it in. Francis does take his way out of there, but they're now scaling towards site. Marta and Ethan on the trade, still trying to hold some space. The spike yet to scale up as well, but the rotation's coming through. You've got to look at the positioning coming up from Kiko here. Francis may be aware, but Kiko's starting to heat up as well. Warming into this one, as Nongshim don't get the same sort of security on this side of the map. They don't have anywhere to sit back to in a post plant.
So considering Kiko pushing up here, the plant will be considered. Gonna have to come in here, a little bit of utility to follow up from Ethan as well, who's actually wrapping back towards Kiko.
This is nice from them. Again, for Brock, just needs to play his life and be a little bit careful.
Careful.
Oh, what a shot!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, Danby looked on it for the second as well. He's getting out of there, but he's at least alleviated some of the pressure. They might be able to go for the plant now. Catching Ethan there is wild, because they knew it was Kiko down there earlier. So Danby's still on patrol. That's why he's still here. You might even have heard that then. Goes for a little bit of a brawl and then looks back for Brock. He's doing the best he could, trying to make something out of nothing. But now it's on Exros in a 1v2. Position will be noted. Kiko should be on the closer here. Brock flies in. It was an extended fight. Nongshim looking for any potential win con. But NRG make it through the storm.
Just a little off kilter there with the recon and Danby being caught out in no man's land. I mean, he's so insanely active throughout this entire exchange. Kiko does really well to play his life here in the back lines, not feeding into Danby too much. But yeah, I mean, yeah, what is going on?
Yeah, I mean, 1-4, first round on the board for them.
Uphill battle for them the entirety. Rifle still in hand here for NRG.
Ult for Marta. Setting expectation towards middle. And I think that NRG reading this is going to go back to that A piece, but it is still heading towards B. This time it is only Marta here. No one else to play with him. Yeah. They've all left his side of the map. So if he gets caught on this, he could be in a real spot of bother. He's trying to keep his composure. Oh, he's screwed. He has to get out now. Good work from him to just get out with his life.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, but having said that, Danby goes so deep to find it.
They're not letting him get away with anything. Again, middle's still not feeling great because you've got Ivy on this. Oh, he's in a... Oh, he's still got one! Again, they keep getting away with these brilliant win cons, keeping numbers on their side. Good identifying of where these players are. Brock trying to set something in motion, though. Joined by Ethan here. Kiko spotted on the back lines by Danby. Reposition, quick pop flash. Francis spots out too. Shock dart comes in. NRG, it feels like the wall is in place. They can't make it back on this side of the map here. Nongshim, they're going to answer back with a round of their own. It's going to be 5 to their name. And NRG are behind the curve.
Absolutely. Nongshim really showing massive improvements from what we saw versus G2.
Drastic.
And again, I mean, what do you do if you're NRG? Nongshim able to brute force their way into a site once more. The flank comes through so early on, but it's like Danby is so active in terms of taking early angles to just fend them away. A great catch onto Marta. As you said as well, Ivy even just going 1-for-1 here. Makes it so much harder for NRG to consider this retake.
Ivy's pretty nuts on this Cypher too. Gotta say it, he's being such a nuisance in middle. And I feel like the calling right now is just on Nongshim's side. They are out kind of positioning NRG or finding really wants to get a beat.
Yeah, the initial approach for NRG fell pretty flat in the first few rounds, right? Not after that early timeout. Actually called a switch up here in terms of approach. Marder tasked with holding mid.
I wonder if they start pulling rotations just of the pressure from Ivy, and if they get maybe a little bit of a look towards RB, but we do see Xros investing the Owl drone, but Ivy again is just bullying Marder.
He's got neural theft as well. He can invest this here and really set this round in motion. I have a response found here from Brock.
I thought Brock would have had him on that, but he found a little bit of a window of chance, and they're rotating. They're already on the way. They've got the info. They now know that there's only one here. Kiko still has his paranoia, just reinvested that smoke, but they're already through. And look at Ivy still being a problem. Brock's going to find Danby. That keeps some control towards the A side. They can still fight for this. Francis on only 37 HP, and Kiko in the smoke. Going to get one. Go down for it. Now Brock comes out swinging. 2v1, and Francis is off the leash. Put back in their place, NRG. Find a round, but it's hard work here. None of these feel easy.
And it comes down to a couple of really key engagements that NRG are able to win out. Obviously, Nongshim winning out in terms of the information game. It just doesn't feel like, oh, the paranoia just ever so slightly off there. Again, these are such closely contested rounds. Like I said, it comes down to NRG committing towards Nongshim's approach, really being dictated to in some of these rounds. With a switch up here, RB to maybe support a little bit, but scope in place for Marder.
Might help his
Check.
little slog in middle, smoked off the beacon extra side. They do start to make a little bit of progress here. Ivy showing no fear.
Oh my God.
This is terrifying. He can wait on this, and he's going to hear these rotations. Pull this out.
It's heartbreaking. He's a couple of seconds behind the drone.
Yeah, he could have had that.
Yeah.
Dead to rights. On this side, it's Ethan and Scuba, and I will always give credit to Scuba. When he gets into that zone, the guy is great at controlling space, but he's got his work cut out again. 4 players here. Gonna have the help coming through from Brock. Got his ult as well. TaylorMade targeted! Scuba couldn't see a thing. Danby gets let off, gets to go into the side, open it up, and instantly get a man to the good.
The TP here from RB just to plant the seed of doubt as well. Ethan's still here. He's still fighting.
Brilliant fight forward from Ethan though, just to reclaim that space, but now they're left in a really weird predicament. They've pulled the rotations. Look where Danby is. He's 10 HP.
Oh!
They haven't seen each other! And Ethan won't see him because he's dead now. Look at the flanks, look at middle. There is layers to this. There is problems here.
Coba
There
gini
is a
aman
flank behind these players in the form of Ivy. This guy could be an absolute gut punch to NRG. As they start trying to build towards the site, Francis sees that first layer. Ready now for Kiko. Takes the fight back in. They may not even need Ivy in this. He finally makes it there, but there's only one remaining. Nongshim are playing NRG like a fiddle.
Ivy again, man. You see the commitment towards this approach. Faith in his teammates to create that chaos, open up the map for him. Just run rampant.
He was there so long.
Yeah.
Biding his time, waiting it out. And the time he strikes, they're herded forward. Everything
Jelek nih audio.
NRG just have little to work with in terms of positives or information early on in the round. And this is actually a little more tempered from Nongshim in terms of the approach here to site, in terms of the aggression.
Oh my God!
Well, there you go.
It doesn't stop!
Lari
It
banget
doesn't
Danby.
stop! This is brutality.
I mean, I come back to the same thing. NRG are being dictated to by Nongshim here, time and time again.
When was the last time you saw Marder sitting on 2 kills? When were you last seeing Ethan unable to really get a grip of the opponents? They are one of the greats at this. Brock an MVP almost consistently.
Edan ditabrak-tabrak.
Can't quite get the beat on Nongshim here.
Here will be delayed a little bit, but Hunter's Fury on the back of this. It's still Ethan and Scuba to find. And honestly, probably want to make use of this time as best they can.
Yeah.
We'll give it up here.
Kuti.
No attempt made here. A flawless round. for
Hancur,
Nongshim to
hancur.
find 7.
And
Energy
you're seeing a little
hancur.
bit of frustration there, I want to say, towards Ethan and kind of this very
Yeah, I mean, you see how stressed he was in map
Yes.
1 as well. It's the same thing again. Just so many curveballs thrown out from Nongshim, really leaning heavily into that hard to quantify approach.
I've just never seen anyone nullify this roster, how this team is. I genuinely am quite surprised that NRG are in this predicament. They are so good at problem solving, they're so good at activating their players. But this puzzle, this conundrum, is yet to be solved. And the pace is unrelenting. Brook is screwed here, tagged up. He's trying to fight his fate here and stays breathing. 45 HP.
Somehow.
I don't know how
Like
they
what?
stopped that.
Well,
No!
connection from X-Ross.
I told you, it feels like they're favored by the gods today. There is no escaping it. The pick already above a minute. They've pulled the rotation. Look at the mini-map. Look at what is happening.
Marta's still here towards B side, but he's going to have to go absolutely nuclear to prevent. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Harder. There are 4 players here. Make it just about 3. Hindered and slowed. He's screwed. Darby's got him dead. Sending him down to the depths, whether you liked it or not. They still have a man up here. Still having to re-clear middle, or at least imply that they could be working on that back line. But they are behind the curve again. Numbers, time, scoreline at this point.
Ivy's re-wrapping mid.
Of course he is.
Nah,
Of course
nanti
he
aja
is.
lah. Nonton G2
Here on the
mereka aja lah.
coaster, the paranoia to try and traverse past. It's going to be mitigated here immediately. NRG held out the front door.
They're struggling, and that's the key to open the door. Kiko, Scuba, still trying to make something happen here. RB spins on a dime, but it's down to Kiko in a 1v2. And Ivy's position yet to be known, but he's come back towards the site. Kiko trying to thread the needle, but RB is just outdoing them. Nongshim look untouchable. It's 8 rounds.
If there's anything to consider here in the last few, NRG have to pull out all the stops. X-Ross with the catch here on Brook. The salt in the wound, but Marta, again, just caught between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
It's, again, you can't really fault him trying to go forward and find something. Again, you look at the minimap, like I said, he has to go huge. So he makes the right decision, but just caught on an awkward timing.
I mean, we're asking for miracles from this point. Because everything else is going right. Viper's pit towards A. And look at the discipline and patience from Nongshim. They're feeling there's going to be a play here.
There is a gap towards mid. Kiko's just given up the space. See Brook now. I mean, look, you're 20 seconds is around, you're already looking back towards your spawn. To try and hold on to this space. You see Nongshim haven't made much progress yet, but the TP sent forward here. From Francis, he's going to take top mid.
Yeah, this is getting sketchy. Brooks. They see the barrel.
Yeah.
They're going to know that this space is no longer theirs. This map doesn't feel good right now, but they need a pick. They need something to be on their side.
Well,
They look like they want to disrespect this Viper's pit.
Scuba is on an island now. There was a
Got a
huge
stinger.
gap.
That's all he's got to play with, and he's got 3 players now on the other side. Smoking towards site, they are going on this. They are clearing through Danby. Zero fear. Doesn't quite find him in this one. The paranoia goes in and they're not getting the start they want. 30 seconds. It's now getting a little bit weird and wonderful. Nongshim, oh my god! It was a blind shot and nearly gets him dead! Brook tries to save them, but this feels like an eventuality! Everything is right for Nongshim. They have every answer. Armada unable to have a say in this. To get online, to be the difference maker we know he can be. Next, he'll be able to find Francis. But this round is not recoverable.
Absolutely not. Nongshim absolutely dismantling the A site here with the pit in place of the choke. Again, creating enough pressure, enough of a question mark that they leave Scuba on an island. He just can't control the space well enough. And at the moment, like, as soon as that catalyst in the round occurs, the stars align for Nongshim once more. Give away a couple of freebies here at the end, but NRG will come in here. 3 ultimates, Ethan, Marder, and Kiko will be able to muster together a purchase. I mean, it wasn't comfortable by any means. You see here, look at the kill feed. It's like Brock finds 1, and it's like boom, 4 kills. Nongshim got sight.
Look at the stress. Look at that stress. This man has been in Champions Finals. Hell, he's won them. Right now, he is finding it hard to deal with this team here in front of him. Brilliant mind for the game currently, hitting a brick wall. Marder, well, he was in the trenches just trying to keep that rifle in the last round, but they're in the right place, but they've already started the rotates.
Well, NRG looking as if they, well, maybe drifting towards main, but they post up here on a high-low, I believe, on a site. And still got Brock in support, but I mean, he has to just stare towards top mid.
Yeah, they have the 3 players here, though. It's a stacked side of the map here. Dark needs to be dealt with the ult. Again, Francis can dismantle this quickly. They have to fall backwards that deeper side of the site. But Dambi, the hunter, is going to go line for NRG.
What a round from Kiko, just so slippery, hard to pin down. Will get NRG just a 3rd on this first half.
Red Bull gives you wings.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view. Next, I set a priority and a due date.
Oye, quería volver a decir, a darle las gracias a todos por estar acá. Han hecho de verdad este evento algo increíble. Estoy desde allá, público, estoy con un...
Santiago, larga vida al rey.
As it stands, we're at a 9-3 scoreline. The fans are still up for a fight. My mind wonders if NRG are up for it as well. 3 rounds, Mike, is all they got to claim.
Yeah.
Gifted a final one by Kiko, digging deeper. I mean, he gave him a chance. But is it just gonna be a death rattle at the end of this? Nongshim look untouchable, man.
They really do. And again, it's another situation where you see NRG just behind the curve, lacking some ideas in situations where they usually excel out. They are typically the team to outclass teams.
Everyone.
Yeah, in terms of their adaptations, but here, just haven't seen it. And Nongshim on the aggressive here, round 1.
They are going to send a message. They want NRG
Paranoia catches.
dead.
Oh.
Dambi is on the hunt. Look at them. They are bloodthirsty for this. They have just chased down a 2-time champion winning player. They are just turning this game on its head.
Absolutely. And NRG will take the B site here, but
look who's behind him.
The roles are reversed, and Ivy, as you said, ever lurking in the background. Unorthodox, unorthodox plant position here. They have to consider the pressure from behind.
Yeah, they are sitting in spawn. Look how disconnected they are. They've cleared deep because they're this paranoid about that man on the other side. And there's a reason why. takes ahead of Kiko. But Scuba, does he think it's clear now? A second glance, great work from Marder. Give them a 3v3, but they need to get back towards site. Brock breaks back in, starts clearing house. X-Ross on the trade. Plant is still ticking away. RB, I mean, that's a little too far here. Maybe the X-Ross can't be done. NRG getting down and dirty.
Again, what was missing versus G2, Nongshim were extremely active on the defensive side, but they were just sloppy in approach here. Look at the shift in focus, the investment of Util just to remove a player early on. NRG able to win out in terms of the side hold there.
Come on.
Marder desperately trying to rally.
That was needed. Not just wanted, it was needed.
Doesn't necessarily give them much freedom anyway. It's only the fourth. Nongshim again on a walkout.
To try and persevere. This team just shows no fear. But brought to heel by Scuba. Gonna go down fighting on this. Marder continues that, making sure they tame Nongshim here. I think Francis knows this round is a loss here. So away we go. Gonna walk away as NRG start the long road back. 5 rounds to their name now.
The early intention shown here from Nongshim. So in terms of NRG's prep, some of what we saw versus G2 certainly a consideration now. But Nongshim, for me, have satisfied the other side of the coin today in terms of the slower, more methodical rounds. You don't want to see this spiral out of control early on here. Scuba ends up 2 in the previous. Again, he's pivotal in terms of controlling some of this deeper space. Oh. What is it? Please stay away from this ledge today. Just nobody go there.
I mean, Francis with a bit of a high-octane exchange there, but look at the spike and look where it's heading. This is still going to be NRG trying to test the waters here, pull those rotations, do the diligent checks that they have to.
Careful.
He's committing. He's actually on this. Oh, and Dambi's got him dead. Beats him to the punch there, keeps control towards, trying to keep this in hand. But Ivy's chomping at the bit. You can see that temptation. Dambi's gone in, sets him up. There's the swing, the 1-2 punch as Ethan left to rot. That's 10 already. Nongshim, they can feel this now.
Final response here, denied the bonus for NRG, preventing early snowball from developing. I mean, Scuba, the early work here is one away from the pit, but nothing else in terms of ultimates here across the board. See a timeout to follow here for NRG.
Big timeout.
Nongshim, like I said, already shown intention. The Bonker just wanted to take an early opportunity here. I mean, not much of a margin for error to follow this. Like I said, really coming out of this, Scuba's the only one within reach. Feasible here. In terms of the Coinbase win condition, will still have rifles. There's still a fighting chance here in the 4th round of the second half. On the other side, it's only really Ivy that's done some damage in terms of his progress towards the neural theft. Now, do NRG slip a little deeper here, look to control this aggression? They're going to resort towards a more direct approach on the back of Marder. You can see he's desperately trying to plant the seed, or plant the flag for NRG in this previous round towards B. What will be the response? Because after this, I mean, they do have some funds, but it won't be a full purchase for NRG. They're going to be up against it if they concede this round, Lauren.
Spot on. I think a loss here is just not good enough. The talent, the capability, the lack of fear from Nongshim might just get him across the line. We ask for near on flawless form from NRG as Nongshim again. No fear. X-Ross going to find Ethan, who has just been bullied around this map.
Bullied consistently. Marder here, retrieve the orb. Have to try and find a recovery here. NRG finding a couple of 4v5 conversions on Bind, but with this tempo, can you ask the same of them? You might win out here in terms of a 2v1 towards B, but actually, RB will retreat provide some support, and they can spread a little more thin to find that first blood.
They're reading Kiko's scale up. Yeah, Extros was ready for this, but the paranoia is really solid. Great catch from Kiko. Digs him out of a bit of a tricky spot, but is there a recheck? Oh, RB, he knows where he's gone. Expecting the swing from sight, but the spike's on the way.
Awkward timing here for NRG. And actually conceding a little bit of space here to stack up.
This man is just outrageous, but it's good trades coming through. NRG digging in their heels. They cannot afford to lose this round. Nongshim with their confidence, feeling like nothing can stop them here. Oh dear, that's Mardigon.
Just pokes his head out the top of the pit.
I don't know what he was hoping for, and there's still the cam to clear a little bit here. They could potentially, yeah, they found
They got the ping!
Ivy, he's on the hunt again. This team shows no fear. It's 11, and NRG might just be shattered off of this.
That was the big win con, to get to a post plant, get the pit down, and secure a sight hold. And Nongshim, they don't care.
They do
a little
not
peekaboo
care.
here from Mada is the first domino to fall. And Ivy catching Scuba, getting the ping, is just the nail in the coffin.
Look at the buy. Look at what's remaining. NRG watching this game slip between their fingers. And for Nongshim, dream come true here. To turn it around in these moments, to have players like Ivy elevating beyond belief as Francis wants to make a name for himself here. Feeling brave. Seems to be feeling like it's time to fall back. Already though, sets the tone, sets the tempo. Willing and up for the challenge. Dambi rarely relenting, but Kiko again gives them a chance. But Marda in no man's land. Found by Dambi, and it's going to be a bloody battle whichever way you cut it.
Kiko's TP'd on top again.
Kiko trying to be the X factor, but Francis, he's waiting. They are just on the other side here, Pop. No spray. Composure held, but Ivy, desperate to get the ult off, gets punished by Kiko, who has been an X factor, who is still finding value for NRG, who's gone down, but Ethan on the trade. There is life with them yet, but this is what it takes.
Kiko's had back-to-back rounds now where he is just going against the grain, digging so deep. The follow-up and the paranoia in the previous round here is the one to just go forwards, chasing Dambi down. This is what it takes to flip some of these rounds versus a Nongshim that is in form. The lesser buy converted here by NRG. As Nongshim now to feel the pinch. In play. Oh, Francis, stay away from there, man. I can't watch another one like that. I actually can't.
This feels like a heart attack game from start to end. Now, Brook's got early info.
Somebody's falling.
The pace
Somebody's falling off, I'm telling you.
Don't. Why have you...
What? Oh my god, I didn't see the TP. I thought for a second. I did not see his TP on the minimap.
Okay, it's all good. Everything's fine. Everything's calm. NRG elements, the right side of the map. They have the better buy. Should be able to get a plant pretty soon. My ult is the Dambi's there. Francis just popped the ult. Oh god, here we go. This is where it could all go. Topsy-turvy. Dambi's gone in. Marta sends him away. NRG will not lose here. They are putting everything they can into this. 50 seconds, they still want to plant. They still want to get that time on their side. Not even chomping at the bit, though. They want in on this.
It's Extros with Sheriff, but still 2 rifles to work with here. 3v5 for Nongshim. Try and find a response here. Round 18, NRG fully resetting. On the back of Ethan's stall, potentially. Not connecting initially.
No.
They've got a half.
They've got a half, but it's 5 players. There's 5 players here. They have util. 5 players, no problem. Why do I just keep having these feelings that it could go terribly wrong? RB, don't do anything. RB, you're done. You're done for. You're done, it's fine.
Oh my god, he's smoking again.
RB.
Not yet, crowd. He's not gone yet.
Yeah, he was sticking around for a second there. All right, time to back away. NRG again. This is going to be a slog. This is going to be one of those long games they're going to have to feel every second of.
We've done the hard work here in terms of a good start to this second half, but when it's a 9-3, it just still feels so fragile. against a team as volatile as Nongshim. Not accosted any freebies here. NRG on the approach. Ultimate here from Mada and Kiko. On the other side, it's just the TP for RB. So advantage here for NRG.
Ethan. Francis has this angle for now, just tucked back into the corner. And NRG just trying to get the read round by round, right? You can see the amount of strain this is putting on Ethan. Individually, he's on 3 kills, man.
Yeah.
He is living by that mini-map and
I mean,
dying by that mini-map. That's just what it is.
I said he had to put a shift in today, and it's not the one that will be represented numerically.
No, but he's got them back to 7 to 11 here. It's not over yet. Persevering. So with 1 minute, not getting much play now.
Well, yeah, we'll get the confirmation still.
Doesn't tell you much, really.
I mean, yeah, because Kiko's got TP and it's Scuba, right?
Yep. But it has encouraged Francis. Francis could be behind the wire here. There's awareness of it. You saw the eyes turning towards that. But he's got good timing on this. They've got 3 players on the right side of the map. Full faith in Ivy to hold down that A side.
Francis is going to be here so quickly.
Can they clear side diligently? There are 3 players from Nongshim on this side. The odds going to come down. They're going to try and make this work. Gambi stands his ground. Oh! He absolutely put Hedgebrook. Great trade again from Kiko, who is just getting better with time. But look who's here! Francis is the downfall of NRG! 4 kills! Just slicing through the back of them.
What a day for Francis versus none other than NRG. To be piecing together rounds like this. Absolutely sensational. Back to the top of the board for Nongshim. 12th round posted. NRG licking their wounds here to buy broken rifles across the board.
And you got to go back to business. There is no rest for the Wicked here. The high tempo never going to really stop Dambi. Willing to try and stand ground here. Kiko sent away. Actually, they're going on this one. Ethan's found Dambi. Marder's on the site. Going to at least feel out the pressure up from the rafters. The spike is yet to cross through, though. They're still fighting on this one. X-Ross going blow for blow. They are just unwilling to relent. RB wants to stand this. He wants to keep this. He's actually holding the space here. Brock! A miracle gifted to clear RB like this and put them in a 4v2. Francis down low this time. Ivy. This can't happen twice in a row.
Francis on 8 HP. A lot of this has to be on the back of Ivy here in terms of the approach back from behind NRG.
The odds sitting on NRG's side. Ivy's position now becomes so predictable. The smoke goes up every time. To back away. NRG piece it together to make it up to 8. This time with obviously that fatal number against them. They now cannot afford one single mistake.
I think the pace change here just looks beautiful for NRG. Brock finding the shock dart kill really to secure this. Ivy hasn't seen a lot of action over this side. I'm curious if they do decide to employ him differently.
Yeah, when's that switch up coming?
Yeah. You don't necessarily feel as if it's been forced just yet.
No.
On behalf of NRG, and really it's just the spam from Ethan. You saw this, I can't remember who the second player in there. Was it Francis? Yeah, Francis down to 8 HP, so unconfirmed, but really that's what sets things in motion for NRG, and looking a little bleak in terms of the coach booth reaction there. Rightfully so.
It's odd times, but they have at least humbled the money, but wouldn't this be the most Dambi way to close out a game, to get yourselves in a grand final? Buckies, Sheriffs, and now Vandal with Ivy. For NRG, they need to show patience, but they've been here before.
He's just teasing NRG with a little bit of aggression. Still threat here. I mean, Ivy to maintain the rifle. Said already, Bucky's here to cause some issues for NRG. 3 on B site here, and Exos still controlling towards top mid. Does have a Hunter's Fury. Francis just one away from an ult as well.
Yeah, a couple of worries in my mind about this. Because they are going towards the 3 players.
Yep.
That's the one that I'm worried about.
Going towards 2 Buckies.
Yep. Now the tools, they're going to try and clear this. They don't get the info. They don't know what is awaiting them. Do they make it out of this alive? The paranoia to stall it out. Ethan does find Francis, but Dumby still waits. So does RB. They're trying to do the shock darts in the smoke. They're trying to clear these corners. But there is the one that worries me. X-Ross on the swing. Scuba, great trade. Kiko's there. 13 seconds. They've done it with time to get the plant down. Ivy is slowly making it over here, and he's made Marta look like mincemeat.
Look at the HP on Kiko.
He's down low. Ivy poised to strike. Biding his time. Scuba on the side. Kiko, the paranoia, now he knows. But Ivy not being given much of a way forward here. To find that player on the site is going to be the biggest problem. If he does, it's game on. And it might be game over as Ivy now closing in. Scuba again. As ever, ice cold with it. The safe pair of hands for NRG.
Solid as a rock in those sorts of situations. Paranoia posted here, but Kiko then just has to back away, fully retreat. Hamby just overwhelmed here. Ethan happy to lay his life on the line to get the job done. See a late timeout called here from Nongshim. Have the buy here, talks about the Hunter's Fury. Francis now has the dimensional drift to boot.
This does give a moment for NRG to discuss as well what's coming up. They burned both of their timeouts, obviously. So this is actually a nice opportunity to check back in as well, get a little bit of a grip on this, try and help out what the team are going through. They're at 9-12. They have persevered. This has been pushing that boulder uphill. So far, they haven't slipped yet.
No.
Credit in my eyes, Scuba and Kiko. But this is the burn of the timeout for Nongshim. They have tools and they have the buy. This is another big round.
And almost roll your minds back to the previous round where the pit became available. One that NRG ultimately were teed up to convert. See elsewhere, progress sure, but whether or not we even see it, it will have to take another round or two, potentially.
See how Ivy starts in this. Because I'm seeing
they're
insanely deep drip and they've gone stack to site.
Committing towards a full retake here.
I guess you can.
Whether or not anybody actually explores towards mid,
God.
because there's only one player on the other side of this we've seen previously, or whether or not they just push out immediately.
Kiko has been a marvel for
Of course
this
they're
team.
pushing out immediately.
And they are pushing it. Kiko's got to be careful to not fall here. And for Nongshim, they want him dead. If they can hunt him down, that would be a dream come true. They see nothing. This is so indicative. It's so telling. And they are still working this out. They're still fighting forward. Kiko, the swing on this. He might be screwed. Oh, he's still got one, but X-Ross on the trade. And look at this from Nongshim. Unbridled aggression to turn the screws on NRG. And now down to one. Scuba has to face the music, or does he fight? Is it just a fight song at a funeral? He's still going! Scuba makes it a 1v1. Leading the pack for NRG. But being slowly hunted by X-Ross.
52 HP, he's got both shock darts. It's going to be heartbreaking here. He's going to have space and time to play with though, Lauren. Sos just waiting out a sound cue for the plant to come through for Scuba.
Oh, he wants to have a look.
Scuba's still got time to go forwards.
30 seconds left.
And it couldn't get tenser than this. X-Ross can play calm, play composed. Scuba, the pressure is on him. It's time for the plant. That then draws in X-Ross, coming closer. Scuba with the weight
5 seconds on the recon.
NRG survival on his shoulders. What can one man do? Everything! Scuba! The start and end of this! The exception to the rule! And the one to get NRG to 10 rounds!
Not even 3 minutes ago, we said solid as a rock. Ever the safe pair of hands for NRG. Nongshim shut down here in a round that they had absolutely no right in losing. It's another Red Bull clutch here. Still Ethan with ultimate. Brock and Marder both 2 points away now. Said we need to see a couple more rounds if we're going to see them online. NRG here with a huge advantage in terms of inventory bringing in here. Marder looking to apply further pressure. And we also see the investment here for Ethan. Ivy able to just sidestep it.
Safety for now. Rotations are coming. Stingers, Guardians. Sheriff or two.
Worried about Marder here.
But a 5v5 post plant. It's still not safe. Doesn't get the shot he wanted. Now he's under pressure. Could be pushed in that smoke, but he tries to stand and keep some security for NRG. Shock dart after shock dart. He gets taken down. X-Ross with the connection. It's a 4v4. NRG banking on Kiko in the back lines. But Danby's still there. Brock with another. It's on X-Ross in a 1v3. Blinded. We are now so close to overtime. This is caliber. This is class from NRG. And this is a capability I did not see coming.
The resilience is insane. We talked about even so early on in this series. The face cams, the reactions from NRG. Still, Kiko, what is that?
Between Kiko and Scuba,
just,
I am blown away by them. I think I'm starting to believe now. And this could be the one where it goes wrong. Nongshim still had both of those timeouts, burning both now in this half. Feeling suddenly human after what was a near-on untouchable first half. 3 rounds is all that NRG had to work with. And God, have they worked with it.
Investment from Ethan, still be a couple of ultimates to bring in here. I'm seeing Francis toy with the idea of an operator on the other side though. 3 ults available. Yes, it's the neural theft, but it's Francis and Danby that can really have impact here. In the final round of regulation. How does Francis play this now? Curious to see where he sets up shop. I've seen the adjustment here. I mean, see the previous round where Ivy invests some util and full push out on B, but the operator doesn't really lean into that. He was hyper-aggressive on bind. Maybe a spanner in the works here in round 24. NRG set up as 4 towards the B site. There might be a mid-exploration early on here for Nongshim.
Francis once again, bold in approach, willing to make moves. Danby, right place. And here this, you see this. And NRG pulling no punches, not particularly slowing down. Spikes on site.
France's ultimate now becomes crucial to their success. Kiko is going to post up here with a paranoia on the back of contact.
Here comes the ult from Francis. It's time to put it all on the line. Ult comes in, trying to stall out any sort of split here. Francis trying to lead the way in for Danby. Ethan sends him packing. NRG still alive, but RB's response is perfect. It's a 3v3 and Brock might be overwhelmed here. He's got 2 players to handle. X-Ross on the split through heaven. It's a fight on 2 fronts, and Nongshim are winning out so far.
Time here. Jumping down a kill. Look at the time on the clock.
Kiko, Nongshim, it's all down to Marder. Nongshim with a meteoric rise. The time, oh, they've got it. 13 to 11. Pushed to their limits to chase their dreams. The grand final now awaiting. This is the stuff of fairy tales.
Taking down NRG, the team pitted as the ones to go against the grain, play off meta. They put up a hell of a fight here, but Nongshim able to close out 2-0. The back of Francis in map 1, Ivy throughout the entire series, Danby ever the threat. 6 openers for him in this second map. And NRG will fall.
I am amazed at the resilience from NRG, but the innovation, the capability to not back down, to not think it was done, to persevere up against the reigning champions is something to be revered. They are now the team to beat. The question becomes, who is their final opponent?
I mean, again, just to come back to some of the points you made early on here, Nongshim, they're never going to stray away from this approach. You could see the preparation from NRG, but man, just a cut above. They have really, really elevated today.
It's in their DNA, it looks like. They are looking so comfortable, so talented. So we'll be handing over for the Verizon post-match interview to hear from the players themselves.
Santiago, una vez más para Nongshim. Y acaban ganando esta partida directamente a lo que va a ser esa gran final. RB, how are you? Primero quiero preguntar también cómo ha sido liderar a esta escuadra haciendo este IGL con toda la experiencia y cuál fue quizás el obstáculo que tuvieron que pasar durante toda esta fase. So now RB, I just want to know, how can you deal with this amazing squad you have going on? You're at the IGL, you're the captain for this squad. I also want to know, what was the biggest obstacle or challenge so far until now?
알비 선수 승리 축하드리고요. 이렇게 큰 형으로서 그리고